Welcome back to Whitt Acres. Today we're going to be getting back to work on the ditch project. For the past 2 days, I've been working on getting the ditch dug from the house all the way up here to the barn, and I finally have all the ditches actually dug with a machine, and yesterday I went through and cleaned them up by hand. Now there's still going to be some hand digging as I open up where I need to set the post and get the hydrants all plumbed in. But it's actually warming up today. It's supposed to go up over 35 degrees, so before the ground actually gets too muddy, I want to bring the backhoe up here and get all my mushroom saddle stones brought up for the new coop project. So we have the backhoe started right now. It needs to warm up a little bit before we start moving it around. So in the meantime, I'm getting some water buckets brought up to the barn since all my water is frozen. I gotta fill these up in my laundry sink, bring them up the stairs, load them up in the truck, and then I can bring these back up here for the ducks. Mumbles and the ducks are outside right now, but they don't have any water. And I'm also bringing down this real heavy duty pallet so I can load up all the mushrooms on here, get them all strapped on, and then we'll bring them up with the backhoe and the forks. So while I'm filling up these buckets with water for the birds, I'm gonna throw you back to yesterday where I was doing some hand digging in the trench. All right, 6 should get me started this morning. Hump up. Oot up. Got a lot of ditch work here to work on. I don't have a big area to turn around now. Gotta do a 3-point turn. Keep it inside the ditch lines. Try not to shake too much and lose water. Come on, Pop. Come on, Pup. What are you doing? I got my dad bringing over some wood chips. We finally got an arborist to stop by and dump over their excess. So he's bringing them over from the driveway dump off zone over to this area in the rooster run where I can grab them a lot easier with the wheelbarrow. Come on, Pop. So I'm gonna take care of all the birds, get all this steam and water up there for him, and he's gonna work on moving the mulch. I'm getting some help today, so once I finish up this water, I want to go down there and get all those mushrooms moved onto the pallet so he's able to get them up here before it starts to turn to mud. Because with this sun coming out like it is today and him running back and forth on that snow, that's going to turn to mud here quickly. Oh, the chickens are going to like it. A snowball. Getting some new forage in the run. All right, water. Hey ladies, just hanging out on the ramp. I see ya. I'll get you some fresh water. Everybody can come out and spread out. This is frozen solid, I'm sure. I might not even be able to use this one. I'll have to get a different pole. Should have dumped that out, Pup. Hey, Mumbles. I got you a new pole, girl. I bet everybody's thirsty. Oh, I'll get you some feed, too. Hold on. Puppy. Now, in order to get the backhoe up to the barn here, I have to open this gate more, but it's frozen into the ground. So I'm gonna have to use one of my warm water buckets here to try and dump that on the bottom of the fence and try and get that to release. Really need to get the backhoe up here while the ground's frozen, and I can't get the fence open because the ground's frozen. This was my thought. I don't know if there was a better way. I don't want to cut the fence. It's really in there. Wasn't trying to make a mud puddle either, really. It'll probably be done before I'm done. Oh, we're getting some movement. Take another bucket up to Mumbles. Let that thaw. Hey, Louise. Hey, Pants, Muffins. Thelma. I need to get some feed for the ducks. Need this to thaw out, too. Oh. This is a nice scoop. Beep, beep. Come on, Pup. Come on, Pup. Come on, ladies. Got feed and water over here for you. I know you're hungry. Thirsty. Come on. Make your way over here, Mumbles. Now you're going downhill. There's nothing downhill for you. We'll give them space, Pup. They'll find it. Just thawed out. Oh, that is frozen in there. Really good. Oh, we're breaking free. Nice. That'll do. We did it, Pup. Science. We'll get some warm water over here in this bowl if anybody wanders this far. There you go, ladies. Pinky in there getting zoomies. Good. Hey, Snowballs. Hey, Bert. All right, we'll get another pole filled up and then we can actually get to work. I can let Dabbles out too. Where's Mumbles? I'm waiting for Mumbles to get up here. Don't go back down the hill. I'm trying to let Dabbles out. And I want Mumbles up the hill. What are you doing hiding in the corner, Mumbles? I was waiting for you, girl. You playing with the water droplets. Thanks, you're playing in that puddle right there. All right, come on, everybody. I want you uphill. Whoa. Gotta get some hay down on that pup. All right, Mumbles, turn around. Everybody uphill. I'm gonna let Dabbles out. Go on, beautiful birds. There you go. Turn it, turn it. Good. Stay up here. I gotta unlock Dabbles and open his door. Hey, birds. You ready? Finally ready to stretch those legs? Spread those wings? Oh, we got eggs in the way. Hold on. Get these eggs out of the way. Get this bucket away from the door. All right, big wings. Oh, your door's frozen in place. Hey, birds. Come on out. Let's go. All right, everybody, you behave. Come on, pup, works to do. How you doing up here, Mumbles girl? He treating you okay? You guys in tight quarters right now. Not a lot of space to spread out and forage. Well, you got the space, there's just not much out there for you. But we got the mushrooms brought up here on location. Now I'm just gonna leave them here like this for now. I might actually use the forks to move them over closer once we start the build. I do wanna get this metal down to the vegetable garden. That'll open up some space up here in the boneyard. But right now, as the ground is still hard, we're actually gonna load up and bring up all the lumber that I'm gonna be using for the new chicken coop build. We'll be right back, you birds. Be nice to Mumballs. Hey chicken, hey muffins. Chicken Junior, Lucy, Sammy, tighten it up. And after we bring the lumber up, we're gonna toss the compost pile together, get that all tightened up so it can actually create some heat and start composting down and maybe be ready for the gardens here in the spring. We have the majority of the mulch brought over here. Echo Pup, come here puppy. Good boy, you was working in the backhoe, weren't you? Good job, puppy. And we might get some work done on the ditch today too. Hey Sammy. Alright, we got some things done before the ground turned to mud. We're also going to need to get some firewood cut and split today. I think that's what he's grabbing now. Then we can work on the ditch. Alright, we just took up that other scrap wood that my brother dropped off for me to use, and I think that's going to be the last trip up to the barn. It's starting to turn to mud here. That sun is shining and things are starting to melt. This is probably my easiest ditch to work on today. I already have a hole almost made here. I can get the post set in there. I do want to get some gravel and fabric in there so I have a clean area of drainage. And this hole is dry, so I might be able to actually work on this one today. Pup. We actually might have to drain the one down at the vegetable garden. It's full of water right now because it's the lowest point of all the trenches. And I'm thinking we might use a drill pump for that. So I got to try and find the drill pump because that might be the best bet to get water out of the trench. We are getting a beautiful day though. Gorgeous. All right, we're actually going to try and drain the ditch down here at the vegetable garden first. And everything is thawing out and getting sticky with the clay. But the trench is filling up with water here. I have at least 2 feet of water in the trench right now, and I need to try and get that out before I can do any plumbing work. And we're gonna be using a drill pump here. We just gotta get a longer hose so we can discharge away from the hole. It did actually drain a little bit from yesterday. You can see where it froze, and then where the water level is now. But that's still too much water in there to work around. So we're gonna try and pump it out before it freezes again. We'll see how this works. And then I'm going to try and set some posts. Gorgeous. I didn't realize Echo Pup walked that far out onto the ice. Puppy. Alright, well, it may not seem like it, but I think we made some good progress here today. I got this section opened up big enough for a bucket that I'm going to be using as my junction box. And you can see this water is just flowing constant here. This lower trench is just getting fuller and fuller. The whole thing's filled with running water. So I'm actually thinking once I get some piping in the ground here and get some of this backfilled, I'm going to be putting a French drain pipe in that upper one by the food forest, and I'm actually going to be cutting a new trench coming over here to the pond so I can try and capture some of this groundwater. We do have a lot of surface water that's been going into the ground lately, so that's still moving, but any extra fresh water I can get to the pond is definitely going to help. So this project just got a little bit bigger. But I got this junction spot opened up enough I can work in here, and I also got the next junction spot opened up enough I can work in there. I have it opened up enough to put the hydrant and the post in the food forest and the vegetable garden now, but we do have to try and pump out that water before we work in there. It's almost 3 feet deep again. We used the drill pump and it did work on getting a lot of the water out of there, but it was getting clogged up. So now that the digging's done and I got the trench pretty much cleaned out, we're gonna let that settle and hopefully we can get more of that water out tomorrow. And we're gonna try and get all the plumbing done tomorrow too. Now this area over by the ramp wall steps, I do have to chisel this out. It actually has some concrete in the stone next to the ramp here, so I couldn't get in there even with the digging bar. But my brother has a little hammer chisel I can use, so I'm gonna use that to chisel out this area so I can get the hydrant right where I want it. And I'm also gonna have to do that up beside the barn too. You saw how much harder it was to dig up there with the ditch witch. Just going from my gate to the barn was about 20 feet, and that took just as much time as it took to dig all the other trenches. And the ground has not thawed out enough yet, so I'm not able to dig up there with the shovel or the digging bar yet. But I'm gonna get that hammer chisel tomorrow, and I think that's definitely gonna help out. And I'm also going to be getting a drill bit from his house that I'm going to be using to drill through our foundation here to gain access for the water and the electric. I pretty much have the ditch ready to lay all the piping here, but we do have to get the water out of there, gain access to where I'm putting the hydrant here, and gain access to up at the barn yet. It's a process, but we don't have any rain coming tomorrow, so that's a benefit. Huh, pup, you trying to play ramp ball already? It's almost time to close up the barn. Thanks, Bert. I think Dabbles is heading in the ramp right now. They're thinking about it. Huh, Pop? Alright, that's going to be all for this one. We're definitely going to be making some more progress tomorrow, so make sure to subscribe down below so you can follow along with everything going on here at Whitt Acres. Hit that like button before you go, and you can see me and Echo on the next one. Thanks for watching. Go.